There's no gold at the end of the rainbow, no silver lining on the clouds in the sky. You have to focus on what really matters to get your very own slice of the pie.
Hey everybody, welcome to Skyline Weekly Video Blurb. We're talking about characteristics common in successful people. We've got 3 of them behind us already. The first one was this: successful people hang out with other successful people. Number 2 was they have tenacity. Number 3 was they're people with great vision. They have vision. And today's, or this week's, is discipline. More specifically, self-discipline or self-determination. One dictionary describes self-determination this way: self-determination or determination by oneself or itself without outside influence. That's a key for successful people. Successful people don't need to be kicked in the backside by other people to get going. They're the people that get up early. They're the people that work late. They're the people who are first at work many times and the last to leave many times. Certainly in the early days of a new vision or a new effort, a new business, a new church. And so successful people, one of the characteristics is they are great self-disciplinarians. Great self-disciplinarians. I'm thinking about Jesse Owens, a quote. He says this: "We all have dreams, but in order to make dreams come into reality, it takes an awful lot of determination, dedication, self-discipline, and effort." That's Jesse Owens. I guess it may be 25, 30 years gone by now. John Denver, remember that? I thank God I'm a country boy. And he says he'd get up morning and there'd be hot cakes on the griddle. And you see, this is a picture of a great person, a person with great work ethic. One thing that I see that is kind of bothers me nowadays is a spirit of entitlement. People think that they get 16, 17, 18, 20 years old and they're entitled to the best paying positions. They're entitled to be the vice president or the president. Without ever walking up the rungs of that ladder, they want to be on the very tippy top, being paid the best, having never paid any dues. And I'm going to tell you something. That is a philosophy or a belief that will ruin an individual. And not only that, it will ruin companies. It'll ruin America if it gets too crazy, right? Because everybody wants something for nothing. Rush, remember the band Rush in the 80s, the 90s? "You don't get something for nothing" was a big song that they did, and it was the truth. It is still the truth today, and it will be the truth 100 years from now, 100 million years from now. You work hard, you be self-disciplined, you have some self-determination, and that's how you'll get ahead. Listen to this quote by Harry S. Truman. "In reading the lives of great men, I found that the first victory they ever won was over themselves. Self-discipline with all of them came first." And really, this is the truth. You look at any great men, any great women out there in the world, any great leaders out there in the world, and the first thing that they have conquered is their own laziness, their own apathy, their own complacency, their own wanting to be a sluggard and lay on the bed all day long. In fact, that verse in the Bible we looked at earlier is followed up by a thought like that. It says, "Lazy person, look to the ant." In fact, we didn't even read it. Listen, Message Bible. "You lazy fool, look at the ant. Watch it closely. Let it teach you a thing or two. Nobody has to tell it what to do or tell him or her what to do. All summer, it stores up food, and at harvest, it stockpiles provisions." That's the picture of a great leader, of successful people. And you don't have to be told what to do. They don't need a supervisor breathing down their back. Listen to this. People who don't know what to do and do it will always work for those who know what to do and do it and teach others to do it. And you need to make sure that you're a self-starter. that you're a go-getter, that you get up, you punch in. You don't need to be told, okay, Joe, get up and get to work. Come on, Jill, get going. Every 5 minutes, every 10 minutes, or even ever as far as that's concerned, get up and go. Get up and start to work. Find out what will bless your boss and make your company grow and be profitable. And I guarantee you, you'll rise up to the top, because there isn't a whole lot of people like that anymore that want to work hard, that want to make their bosses look good. They want free handouts, most people. And that is the sad truth. Be one with good work ethic, work hard, and you will rise to the top. Here's another quote to kind of close us out here in a second. Respect your efforts. Respect yourself. Self-respect leads to self-discipline. When you have both firmly in your belt, that's real power. You know who said that? Clint Eastwood. Go ahead and make my day, punk. Right. The big Clint Eastwood. He's made a success of his life. He's doing pretty good, I'd say. He knows a little bit about self-discipline, self-determination. Let's end with a story from the Bible. Joshua's going to take the promised land. He's going to be getting in there, taking over, bringing all of Israel in from the desert area. And Moses has died. And God speaks to Joshua, and he said, Joshua, Moses is dead now. Now I want you to go, and I want you to go into the promised land. I want you to take this. But listen to what he says to him. But be strong and of good courage. Here's Joshua. Everyone's used to following Moses. Everyone's used to taking Moses' orders, right? And now here's Joshua, a younger leader. He's probably around 80, but nevertheless, in those days, a younger leader. And in the eyes of many people, probably disdained, but a great leader, a self-disciplined leader, one who learned from Moses, one who learned from the Spirit of God, and he did bring those people into the promised land, annihilated most of the enemies there, and took the land. And he was one of self-discipline and self-determination. And so if you want to rise to the top, you want to get up all the way to the top rung or close to it, you want to stay up there, you have to have self-determination. You have to have good self-discipline. All right, we'll stop there next week. We'll carry on right from here. Until then, God bless you.
There's no gold at the end of the rainbow, no silver lining on the clouds in the sky. You have to focus on what really matters to get your very own slice of the pie. There's no gold at the end of the rainbow, no leprechauns dancing on the floor. You have to focus on what really matters. God is the answer and Christ is the